I'm going to take one moment here, since we're talking about, like, I've really been struggling. I really don't want to give bad information about gem rare drafting and what the correct thing to do about it is, and I'm having a hard time settling on my evaluation of what a rare draft is worth in terms of gems, because my initial point was, well, you have to spend, whether they're packs or picks or whatever, however you acquire rares, you need to acquire 212 to complete your rares to get 4x, and only then does the extra rares start producing gems. So on the one hand, you could make an argument that the value of a single rare draft is 212 plus all the extra rares you drafted divided by the number of gems you got. But somebody else, when I called this out on the last video, somebody made an interesting comment in the comments. I forget your name, but thank you if you're watching right now. Who observed, well, the idea of a rare draft is that you wouldn't have done it otherwise, right? Like, this is not a rare you ever would have had if you were drafting normally. But all the other rares you get from drafting normally and from opening packs and everything, you were going to get those anyway. So I believe this was a male viewer who said his point was, I think you can still call them 20 gems per rare, because if you are definitely going to get to 4x, every rare draft you make is a draft that you wouldn't have taken otherwise, and therefore will be 20 gems fewer than you would have ended up with at the end of the season. So if you're naturally getting to 4x without rare drafting, then I think we can fairly call rares in a booster pack during a draft that we would not take for our decks but would take for gems, we can call that 20 gems. Does that seem fair to you all? Can you poke holes in that? What do y'all think about that framing of the value of a rare draft specifically? It's like the value of a rare is probably what I was saying in terms of but that regardless of the percentage of people that make it their gecko skin, I'm just curious if that logic bears out. Right. I just wanted to make sure that part makes sense, because I think we are basically getting there naturally. We get we get 4x. We get a lot of. We do some rare drafting, but we also do a lot of gem grinding. So I really think we get to 4x rares naturally. Yeah, if you don't normally get to 4x, then it gets very messy. I think that's fair. Okay, well, if everybody agrees that that reasoning is not crazy, I think I'm going to take that with that condition that you had to be naturally getting there without the rare drafting, which I think we were doing. Then I think we can look at rares as worth literal 20 gems, but we're not getting there on mythics. So mythics may be the place where we need to not really treat them as 40, but maybe treat them as 20, because we're going to do like, sometimes we do what we did today, which was cashed in a couple of mythic rare wild cards to produce gems. So anyway, it's an interesting question, but I think from a rare standpoint, I'll start moving forward on that principle. Okay, thanks. I just wanted to check that out with the team. And with that, I'm not going to waste too much time today. I often can yammer on at the end of a stream, but I'm running behind on my day, so I'm going to find someone to send you off to. And thank you for the awesome day of streaming. That was some great play. I'm not complimenting myself. I'm complimenting Team Going Optimal. Thanks all for your input, and it was some fun games today.